Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 32, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I'm Mike Kernett. To my right, Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art Mini Boss Rosian.
Yeah.
Oh. I was hoping you asked me who the boss was. I didn't have an answer for that either. So thank you for joining us. This is going to be our first reworked, I guess, kind of not really worked episode. We're still doing the same stuff. But we're just going to have the audio and video on Wednesdays now, so you can be listening and watching this on Wednesday as opposed to Tuesday per usual. So
yes.
We figured we had to redo the schedule because our next episode was supposed to be launching on 4th of July, which we didn't want to do, and there's no point because probably no one's going to listen or watch it.
Yeah.
So we needed to make an adjustment. We figured after all the E3 hoopla and extra episodes and everything we did, that was a good time to do it. So thank you for the week of patience, but that extra week this is going to be an XL episode for sure, based on the news, of the extra.
I got so much news.
Yeah,
extra E3 impressions. Yep. I have 8 things on my what you're playing, so like we got a lot of extra content for you guys today, and so we really appreciate.
Mike can get a lot done with an extra week between episodes.
Fucking right,
That's right. That week that was nice. After E3,
it was. Yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah. So thanks for sticking out with us. So we're going to be doing, the other big announcement was every Tuesday now, we're going to be on Twitch streaming in some capacity, unless otherwise noted.
Woo!
So we're going to be doing that the first one the week after. You guys listen to this on Wednesday, right? Or is that, no, that's going to be 4th of July.
It's 4th of July Tuesday, so we can do Wednesday for that first week. It will normally be on Tuesdays, but I think we can swing Wednesday night stream for that, the 5th.
Maybe we can do something for that too.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out for our first inaugural weekly thingy.
You can tell we think all this out.
Yeah.
There is no behind closed doors.
At least we're moving forward.
Yeah, there's
we've been talking about streaming for like a year. Now we're there, so we're going to do it.
We come up with a broad idea, and we worry about all the details later.
That's right.
This is the only time
That's tomorrow art's problem.
This is the only time we're ever together. We're in front of the camera and doing our meetings.
Or after a few drinks after the podcast, that's when we really have some great ideas.
Yeah, that's when we thrive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when we're all together, it's like in a big group setting with other people, and no one wants to hear us talk about stupid podcast shit.
Right.
Then.
Agreed. So welcome. Steak, what you playing?
A lot. So I don't know why I decided to play this game. But I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive this is the very first time I've ever beaten it in my life. It's an old game. It's the first time I ever beat it in my life.
Can we play 20 questions?
Huh?
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Go ahead.
I don't think
How much longer you want
I was at a normal episode, maybe. We got too much to go through today.
Fair enough.
Super Mario Land 2,
Whoa.
6 golden coins. So I got this on the Virtual Console a long time ago on my 3DS. And I've had it for a while, and I've played it here and there, but I never finished it. As a kid, I had it on Game Boy, played the hell out of it, but again, as far as I can remember, I never beat this game. I finally fucking beat this game.
Good for you.
I was so happy. Like, getting through the 6 coins, like, that was actually, like, I got all 6 coins. I'm like, that's it? Like, I'm like, well, why did I struggle so much with this?
Now what?
Like, okay. And then I get to Wario's Castle. I'm like, oh, I think this is where I usually falter. Because it's fucking hard. You have to go through the whole thing in one take, like from beginning to end. You fuck up anywhere in the level, you start all over. So I fucked up many times, each time inching a little bit further. But I finally beat it. So that was awesome.
Good for you. Scratched off the list.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, even as a kid, I fucking love that game. Even though I could never beat it, that's like one of the best games. Like that Super Mario Land 2 is awesome. So GameStop a couple weeks ago had Pro Day on a random day. So they had just a bunch of sales going on for Pro members, and so they had a sale going on where Neo was on sale for $40, and you got Bloodborne for free. So I was like, all right, well, I was at GameStop looking at some other stuff, and I'm like, you know what, do you guys have Neo? Like, yeah, do you guys have Bloodborne? He's like, yeah, it's my last copy. I'm like, oh, well, it's a sign. I should probably just fucking do it. Everyone keeps talking about these games.
It's the last one.
Yeah. I usually avoid these games because of how freaking hard they are. Like, that's usually not my thing.
Right.
So I played a little bit of Bloodborne. That game is cheap as fuck. Like, I was getting mad. Playing Bloodborne. I definitely do want to get back to it. I love the setting of it, though. Like, it looks great. It's very cool. So I definitely need to get back into it and really start hacking away at that. Try to figure out a system for that.
Literally.
But yeah, exactly. But Neo, on the other hand, I fucking love Neo. It's hard, but when I die, it's my fucking fault.
Okay.
Like, Bloodborne, there's a few times where I die, I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, that was bullshit.
How quickly are you back in the game in Neo when you die?
Quick. Very
Okay.
quick.
'Cause I also played like an hour of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that was what turned me off more than
that
anything
was
else.
rough. The amount of times I was dying in Bloodborne. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, now let me sit here. Oh, wait, I can go to the bathroom really quick, Not that bad, but it was still not great.
It was like 40 seconds,
Yeah,
which
Neo-
is atrocious nowadays.
Neo's maybe like 10 seconds,
Is that bad at
maybe,
all?
if that. But no, Neo is awesome. Like it's difficult, but you learn. What I also like about Neo is even though you die, when you die, you lose the points you can use to upgrade everything, like level up and things like that. But if you go back to your grave, you can pick that back up. Now, Bloodborne, I don't know if it has it or not. Like, I died a few times during Bloodborne, and I get back to where I would died, and I never saw anything, so I don't know if you have that. But you get your points back and all that kind of stuff, which is cool.
Okay.
And then also, too, when you do take care of certain enemies, they're kind of gone then as well. It's just like the shadow type. I forget the exact name for them, but those enemies disappear. But like the first boss was hard as like I was having difficulties, but then finally I figured out the pattern. I'm like, okay, got it. And it took me like 2 tries once I figured that out and I beat it. Like in the last thing, I used my last health potion, and as I was hitting him, I could see him winding up to hit me, and I was like, yes, like oh, and I felt so accomplished. Like I get it now. Like the Dark Souls
feeling back of when you're a little kid and you beat a game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like back in days when I actually could progress in Gunstar Heroes when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is so great getting through Gunstar Heroes. Now as an adult, I can barely get past the first level. But yeah, no, it just felt so accomplished. Like, so I get like the hype for these stuff because like after beating that boss, I felt great. And then like I went back and did like a story mission, a side mission in that world, in that first area, and like I must have been like overpowered at that point because then I breezed through that, which was kind of nice though. Like, okay, so you can't get to a point, at least in some aspects of where you level up enough to where, okay, you still got to be careful and block and dodge, but you're not dying in 1-2 hits. Like you get some time to,
Very cool.
and the armor and everything. Plus Neo is basically a hard version of Animusha with the setting of it. The setting is totally Animusha with the samurais and everything. So that is what drew me in.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
So that is really, I shocked. Like I put it to the side for right now, and I'll say why in a second.
I'll explain why.
Yeah, I'll say why in a second. But no, not for a bad reason. It's just like that game is very good. Like, but when I get back into it, it's one of those games where you have to keep playing it, or you're gonna get bad at it again.
For sure.
Like you got to keep it going and get used to the way it works and everything. So then, speaking of which, so I basically put that to the side for Yakuza 0. So after E3, I saw a bunch of coverage of Kiwami and 6.
Kiwami is the
remake
of the first
1.
one. Okay.
Yeah. And that's coming out in August. So that's coming out in August, and it's actually only $30 for you that have never played it and want to get in, play it. Check out a Yakuza game. These games are fantastic. They're a lot of fun. They're awesome. So I finally jumped back into Yakuza 0, and I can't put it down. Like I've just been playing it like crazy. I think I finally hit like the 16-hour mark.
Dang.
And I'm only on like, I don't know how many chapters are, but I'm only on chapter 4. Well, I've been spending a lot of time doing the mini stuff like karaoke, the disco dancing, the going to the booth to watch the softcore chicks videos.
Naturally.
Of course. So I've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff as well as everything else. And then also too, as you're just walking down the street, you constantly are getting stopped for side missions or you see a gang beating up on an innocent person. So you go over there, take care of them, and then get a free item and stuff like that. Yakuza 0 is just awesome. It's great. It's such a fun game. Then the last thing I was playing, like I said, I'm almost positive I'm missing a couple of things in these weeks here. But the last thing I played that I could remember, the other night I was actually, I got home from work. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing it. I started Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Oh no.
That's right. I do remember seeing you post about that.
I poured a glass of bourbon to calm the nerves, and I popped on that VR headset. Finally hooked it up and everything, and started that up. Played about an hour.
Okay, so you played probably just a little bit past the demo, right? Because like
yes.
the first portion of it is very similar. Then all of a sudden you change a corner and it's like,
and there's a lot of different things going on inside that same area.
Yeah.
I got outside of that area.
Okay.
That initial area.
The dining room.
I'm a little bit past the dining room. I just creeped under the boards.
Okay.
Oh. So yeah. So now. Running away in VR is very difficult.
I imagine.
That is tough. Because, like, I will say, though, the way the controls are, I left it at the regular default with the 30-degree turning. no motion sickness whatsoever. I've not, even when I'm turning very fast to try to turn around and run away and stuff, I had no motion sickness whatsoever. So I like the way it's working, so I'm going to keep it that way. Like I want to try the smooth, but I'm afraid when I try the smooth in the demo, I got a little queasy. So this is working, so I think I'm going to just keep it the way it is right now. Thank God I was home alone when I was playing this. There's a few times I jumped and screamed. At stupid shit.
I know.
Stuff that wasn't even scary. It's scary, but in VR it's extra scary.
I would say, like, when I played the game, I was like exhausted, and I didn't have it on my head. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, so that we talk about that, like, the dining room table. It's like very early on in the game.
Yeah.
Everyone's around you. And then at some point, everything kind of breaks up, and they kind of start hunting you at that point. And I remember when I was playing that game, I was hiding behind a little bar they had there, and I was looking up.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just terrifying. And I can't even imagine doing that in a headset.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, the parts, too, like, at the beginning where you're walking into the house for the first time, and you don't have your flashlight or anything, and it's so dark. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I can feel my heart racing as I'm walking in. Like, it's fucking awesome. If you have a chance to check this out in VR, please do. Like, you will not regret it. It is so fucking cool.
You might piss your panties.
You may piss your pants. You may scream like a little bitch, but it's fine. I am proud of it.
Yes. That's a back of the box quote if I've ever heard one.
Right? Exactly.
You might scream like a little bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of
The
it.
sticks.
The fucking crows at the beginning
Oh, yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
They were there.
Yep.
I knew what was going to happen. I fucking knew what was going to happen, and I still jumped and screamed anyways.
Yep, for sure.
And then when I'm getting... Without giving anything away, since I know there's probably quite a few people who haven't even started yet, but when you're getting chased in that first area by that one person early on,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, there was a couple parts where I was like, oh my God. Does it give away? It kind of does.
It's in the first. I think actually might
it's in
be
the first area, but it's not in the demo, so it's like it would.
It's in the first hour I post up on YouTube.
True.
So I'm gonna ask this. Like, at one point, you lose a limb.
Yeah.
How is that in VR?
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was going nuts.
I was always,
Did you have like phantom limb where you're like looking at your arm and
The blood splatters on the screen.
That's one of the things I don't think I talked about in when I was talking about the game in February whenever I was playing it, but like I had to there's like 2 different levels of blood splatter on the screen. I had to turn it down.
Yeah,
because I had trouble seeing what I was doing. Let alone it would be on your face.
I noticed there's like normal and less.
Yeah,
so it's like I have it on normal for now. I was like, all right, so if I haven't been too bad, but so I'm looking forward to jumping into some more of that. But like after an hour, I was sweating. I was like, oh my! I can feel my heart racing. Like what I ended up doing was taking like a microfiber cloth, and I put it around the rim. So basically, I caught my sweat from my forehead because the lenses kept fogging up because of that. So after I did that, I'm like, genius! Actually, this doesn't like anytime I'm using that VR now, I'm gonna put a fiber cloth right there to catch the sweat and like the heat and like to cause
it's more immersive. You know, you're in a swamp.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's as far as I remember, like I said, as far as I can remember, that's what all I've been playing. But it's been a lot of like good shit.
Damn, yeah, for sure. Good list. Art, what you playing?
not much.
You have so many catchphrases on this thing.
They're all very minimalist.
Some of your favorites.
Well, here's the thing. So I explained to you earlier, like
Yeah.
I'm taking this 6-week summer course, and I'm reaching the end of it. So my entire world is just caving in on me right now. So there's not a whole lot of time for video games.
Sure.
Understandable.
So the little time I have had to play video games, I've been playing my homework assignment that I gave to myself, which I'll talk more about later.
Oh yeah, I saw you on there yesterday playing it.
And then we're doing another video game tournament at my work, and we're playing Mario Kart Wii, which I never played before. So
Good.
I'm trying to get up to speed in that and not embarrass myself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a list of 9 because I forgot one. So so
That's German for no, so you can't talk. I'm not actually-
I guess I'll go in a list of how much I liked them. Of my first ones here, I bought Oceanhorn. That like
Oh
the Zelda-like.
yeah.
I originally bought it for PlayStation 4, hoping it was going to be cross-buy on a
Was
sale.
it?
Nope. It was
These assholes.
$3 when I bought it originally. Then I was like, oh no, fuck it, I'll get it full price. It's fine. I played for an hour and I will never touch that game again. So I bought it twice and I don't like it at all.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's
Nice.
It's a small. It's I mean, it's very. It's super. It's not even. It's not even like what you're trying to find is in 3 pieces. You know, it's Zelda to a T. It doesn't even attempt to be anything else but that.
Sure.
But it's missing all the things that made that really good. Like the very first level, very first section you're in is so super small. So you go in, you know, you gotta go to the dungeon, you get your sword. I think it was just like fucking Zelda. Then I leave the dungeon.
So like the Master Sword.
Yes, it's the Mrs. Sword. And I'm standing there like
you're looking for the pieces of the Triforge.
It's not that far.
That'd be
off.
awesome.
Like honest to God, it's he might as well have just gone.
They just owned that it was
just
a
gone,
knockoff.
yeah, just gone full meathead with it and whatever. But then I'm outside of the
mustard sword.
I'm outside the dungeon. I'm like, all right, now what? Then I wandered around for 20 minutes, not knowing what to do because they give you no instructions. I got basically lost in a section that was like, I can't even describe. It's if you've been in this garage, it's about as big as this room.
Yeah,
like it's a super small territory, but they don't give me that kind of directions. And I finally like, oh, I gotta go back to my place. Go back to my place. Then they kick me. They don't tell anything. Like a screen goes to black and comes back out again. So I was like, what am I doing? Like, what's the point? I just gave up. I really didn't like it at all.
That sounds like
That's
my
a shame.
experience with Zelda when I was a small child.
At some point, they told you to take this somewhere. Like, but I was just and even when I got past that, like I was like, I finally got into a boat. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sail from here to here, and whatever happens, happens. Kind of like Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
like Zelda,
Right.
Wind Waker. You're on autopilot. You're not even steering the boat. You just go, and then things are popping up, and you're shooting things along the way, and then you get to where you're going. Like all the stuff that is so much fun, like the exploration
Right.
pieces, and like it's all completely barren and sterile and no fun at all. I also bought Resident Evil Revelations 2 on the Vita.
Oh, yeah.
It was on sale. I was like, all right, cool. And that was okay.
Yeah.
Like it's a Vita game in terms of like the quality of like the graphics and things like that, but it handles okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get past the first chapter of it. I barely played it, but it was enough to mention it here. It actually handles pretty good on the Vita itself.
Nice.
I bought Loco Roco remastered
Yes.
on my PS4.
I still gotta buy that. It's so great.
I was on the PlayStation Store just cruising around, and Amelia saw it, and it's just bright colors. Like, what is this? Like, well, let me tell you all about it. And I get jazzed up, and $15 later, I have it. But man, I love it.
You know what? I can't tell you about it. Let me show it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Let me show you how fun this
The
game
music.
is. And the music, she loved it. I've always loved that game.
God,
and
the music.
It's funny, like the cutscenes are still like they're definitely like stretched out video from
right.
the PSP.
Yeah.
But the in-game stuff is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It looks amazingly good, and I mean, just so much charm in it. And Loco Roco is like damn near impossible to explain. Like you have to see it, and you have to kind of play it to understand exactly what you're doing. But I mean, I beat that game on the PSP.
Oh,
like,
I beat the
forever
hell
ago.
out of that game
Multiple
times.
Yeah, and like now it's just.
Did they announce Loco Roco 2?
Did they?
It's coming.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I guess this sold well enough.
Good.
I gotta buy that though because I gotta see that in HDR.
It's fucking awesome. I played all the way through Abzu. Which was
cool.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, it's basically Journey Under the Sea, but it's different because
So, Little Mermaid journey.
exactly. But you're this guy. You're swimming through these different areas, and you're kind of and you're basically progressing through, unlocking different sea creatures to be in those worlds. But you're coming across like these mechanical objects that are kind of zapping you, and you don't know exactly why. So you're kind of progressing through the world, trying to free these real life sea creatures while you're going through this thing. It's the best swimming in a video game ever. Like I never felt completely out of control or anything goofy like that. And there are so many just like serene, like awe-inspiring moments as you're playing, just because like these things feel like almost like cutscenes are happening, but you're playing them, but they're reacting to you. Like because you can grab onto the different, basically anything, you can grab onto it and swim along with it. But while you're grabbing it, you're actually controlling it too. So if you're grabbing onto, let's say, a whale, and you can direct him up, do a speed burst, and jump out of the water. And
That's awesome.
But while you're doing that, 3 or 4 more are doing it too.
With you,
and
yeah.
It's just this moment, you know.
Cool.
And there's so many of those pieces that are like that. And you can do. There's so many different, like sea creatures that are in there, and the worlds themselves are actually beautiful. Like when you get into like the more like man-made stuff, it drives you further. And it's not a hard game by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think you can die, even though things zap you. You kind of just like you kind of get stalled for a minute. You unstall and you keep going. But I mean, it's like light puzzles, elements, and things like that. But overall, it's just a completely mellow, fun game with some really cool moments in it. that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Nice.
I finally sunk my teeth into Injustice 2.
Nice.
After the Red Hood got download was
I
last
to
week.
download that.
I did, and I am now ranked 12 with Red Hood.
Nice.
So like I've played a lot of it. Injustice 2 is great. It has, and like I didn't think I was gonna be so hooked into the loot system, but man, I'm just like, I will find boxes wherever I can.
You think you're different from the rest of the population in the world?
Right.
I don't
Oh, loot boxes won't affect me.
I don't
likes
think
this.
I don't think I've ever played a game that actually had them though. Because I never played Overwatch. I don't think I ever played anything that had like that random loot. Never played Diablo. Not really.
What?
I kind of played Diablo. Like I cursory played Diablo. But like I never really played anything that was just like.
I may know what our Wednesday stream next week's gonna be. Oh, that new DLC comes out. That's right this week, tomorrow.
Write that down. So.
Remember that.
Yeah, Injustice 2 is awesome, and like I was doing some of those multiverse different levels and unlocking all kinds of craziness. And with the Red Hood being out that week, almost every box I unlocked has something with him in it. So I have 14 pieces of gear for Red Hood now, and I can change them up all kinds of fun ways. What I love about this game that I didn't pick up when we streamed it and when I played before is just the banter between the characters. They really deep dive into DC Comics. There's some areas where they break the fourth wall too, which I think is super clever. But it's great. I've played the first chapter of the story too, and it's like it's beautiful. Like on top of it playing well, it being addictive with those loot boxes and all the other loops are happening in that game. It's gorgeous as well, which is pretty awesome. Then for my graduation, I was gifted from my lovely girlfriend Beth a Switch.
Woo!
And know how long it took me to find? 1 hour.
Yeah, of course. Went
to 2 stores, made 1 phone call, and grabbed it.
Jesus.
You should invest in a bunch of those.
Fuck, dude. I
just hold on to them until like Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you can pay for Christmas.
Yeah, and then some.
I know. I'm the only human being in the world. I keep finding those in PSVRs everywhere. So if anyone needs them, let me know. I am just I am a magnet for those things. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, the more and more I put hands on it too, the more and more I'm liking it. The screen is gorgeous on that thing, and I just love the size of it. It just fits great. It's everything we talked about before.
Yeah.
But in my own home now, which is nice.
Right.
So I got Zelda for it. Put about 6 hours into it. I can't put impressions on it yet because it's only 6 hours into a
which is nothing
bajillion hours game. Mario Kart 8, of course, which I've been playing the most of, which is everything we talked about before. Then we went to Dave and Buster's the day after I got it, and we have just a stockpile of tickets. Like if I could somehow monetize my Dave and Buster's tickets, I would quit my job. Like I'd be fine. So we're like, what are we gonna do with these things? And they have Switch games back there.
Oh, cool.
We got Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Nice.
And Lego City Undercover.
Oh, cool.
Street Fighter is awesome. You already talked about that. It's Street Fighter with better graphics.
Yeah.
Lego City is free. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
It was the Lego City Underground is.
Yeah, I wasn't shaking my head at you. I'm just shaking my head at the general idea of that game existing.
It's coming out again, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And Lego City Undercover is super fun.
I want that so bad.
I played it just because that was basically the game that we got for Amelia. So I was just like, she's gonna dig this game. She loves the Lego games. It's perfect for her. I was like, let me jump into it so I kind of understand it.
I think I've seen someone streaming that one, and that one even got my interest.
It's GTA.
Yeah, that's
with Legos.
That's exactly the one.
But you're the cops.
Right. Yeah.
And it's all open world. Like there's so many things. Like they have those bullets you collect, like you play in all those Lego games. But you also pick up pieces, and you pick up those pieces to build like drops for cars and things like that. And as you go through the game, you unlock more cars you can drop. You unlock disguises galore. That's the thing in most Lego games. You can unlock all the Marvel characters or DC characters. This one is costumes, and the costumes play into what you're doing in the different undercover missions. But it's I just jumped into it so I can kind of get the mechanics of it, so I can explain to Amelia when she popped it in. 6 hours later.
Yeah. Right.
And it's super clever. Like they have a bunch of like jokes that are gonna go over Amelia's head, but I got like they had a team meeting with all the police, all the detectives, and it was detectives from like TV shows. So they had like Columbo and
cool.
Dirty Harry, like Lego Company, all these people. Like she's not gonna know who the hell these people are.
Right,
But I do. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sipowicz.
He was there. No, wait, Sipowicz was not there. But it's just, I mean, and it has all the Lego charm that all the other Lego games have. It has some really funny moments in the beginning, and some of the characters, even though they're not known people, like they have a ton of charm, and
nice.
You really attach to them real quick. Yeah, I love that game, and I got pried away from Amelia now, but. So that's 9 games I've been playing over the last 3 weeks.
No, I've been waiting for Lego Undercover to go down like below $30.
Yeah,
because like I want it, but it's like, okay, this game did come out years ago. Why are you still charging $60 for this?
Agreed.
So once it drops below 30, 20 is my instant buy.
Yeah.
Between 20 and 30 is when I'll really start considering it. Because I do want to play it.
Yeah, if I didn't use Dave and Buster's tickets for it, I would never have bought it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But man, it's really, really good.
That's awesome.
It's a super surprise.
That's awesome.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into Friday the 13th?
No.
Fucking Christ.
I still have it, but
apparently it's an Xbox problem too.
But in my defense, though, also I have not tried. I tried one other time, and that was it. So supposedly,
I wasn't asking so much of you. You're still having technical difficulty.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm just trying to find someone I know who's played this game, so I know whether or not to
invest in it or not.
Cash in credit for a PlayStation card and buy the fucking
game.
Right.
I heard though that it's been fixed. Like the matchmaking's been
they
pretty much overhauled and fixed and everything.
Patched a bunch of stuff on the servers.
Yeah.
They did
Xbox,
double XP weekend this past weekend.
Xbox had a lot of problems with it. Then they had a
got a lot of problems with people.
And when we were trying to stream it, that's when they were having a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's got fixed.
Yeah, I
still want to play it too.
I do. I need to find it sometime and jump in. Like these next couple of weeks are gonna be hell. But I'm hoping towards like the end of July I can really start digging into that.
I just need to get past Friday. My class is over, and I'll have like 5 weeks of freedom.
Beautiful.
Nice. Outside of having to watch a kid and keep a house in shape and go to work and
relative freedom.
Yeah.
Comparative freedom to the other 48 weeks of the year.
That's fine. Just get them up. You'll be
Very
fine.
nice. Steak. What's coming out next couple weeks?
Well, since we took a week off, I also have the stuff that came out last week. So in case you guys missed it.
Did they come out with the July Games with Gold yet?
No, we do not have.
Today.
No,
Okay.
That's going to be. So we're recording this Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be the Microsoft announcement, and then Wednesday will be PlayStation. So we'll post it on Facebook. We'll talk about it the next podcast, but we'll once they do get announced, we'll post something on Facebook for it if you haven't seen it
I
already.
should probably go redeem the games for this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll get to that. The last chance this week.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, go do what you gotta do.
that app.
So, Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood came out for PS4, PC, and Mac June 20th. Ever Oasis came out for the Nintendo 3DS June 23rd. Get Even came out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC June 23rd. Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls for PS4. That came out June 27th. I'll say came out because you'll listen to this on Wednesday. Valkyria Revolution for PS4, Xbox One, and Vita June 27th. The Golf Club 2, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, June 27th. Elite Dangerous Legendary Edition, PS4 and Xbox One, June 27th. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for PS4, June 30th. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age for PS4, July 11th. And Fable Fortune for Xbox One and PC, July 11th.
Is that the card game?
That's the card game. I'm very interested to see that.
By the way, that should have been my answer when you said, like, what Xbox thing do you bring back to get you into it?
Fable.
I saw the
Yeah,
Steam sale right now. It's got like the first Fable anniversary for like $8.
Along with
I'm
4,000 other games you can get on.
Oh, I've been very good. I've not bought one yet.
I've looked at the Steam sale a couple times, and there's like a handful of really old games that have my interest, but not much else.
Yeah, I've had a few games, but it's like, but I'm also looking at the price. I'm like, like I'm still like that's still a little too high that I want to pay for those.
There's a couple games on my wish list that are like 50 cents. I should just do it.
Do it. Just bite it. Yeah.
Well, there's a
Beer me.
Beer me that beer.
Okay.
There's a website. I think it's called like SteamDB.com.
Oh, I was on there a couple days ago.
And
yes.
it shows like everything that's on sale, and it shows like whether or not this is like the lowest price ever, or what's been the lowest price.
Nice.
So going through that site has like deterred me from getting so much stuff. I'm like,
this has been cheaper.
It was 20% cheaper at some point.
Right.
It'll put it on sale again.
Yeah, I was the PC gaming novice idiot because I was like list of Steam sale games, And it was like 4,000. Damn, like, oh shit, I'm not gonna look through all this.
Right.
There's no way I'm gonna go through
Right,
this.
Exactly. So this is, like we were saying, this is your last week though to get your PlayStation Plus June 2017 games.
Yeah, working on it.
Don't forget to download Killing Floor 2 for PS4.
It's in my cart.
Life is Strange for PS4.
In my cart.
Abyss Odyssey for PS3.
Not there yet.
WRC 5 World Rally Championship for PS3.
Are you gonna bother with that one?
I will, but I'm not going to comment on everything. After like the third one, the shtick gets old.
Nah, man, run that thing into the ground.
Neon,
I run so many other things into the ground here. I can let this one part go off.
Right. Neon Chrome for PlayStation Vita with PS4 cross-buy, and Spy Chameleon for PlayStation Vita with PS4 cross-buy. And then for Xbox games with Gold, June, right now you can download Watch Dogs from June 16th through July 15th on Xbox One. And for Xbox 360, that's backwards compatible on the Xbox One. You can currently download Dragon Age Origins from June 16th through the 30th. And don't forget to grab your free Phantom Dust multiplayer DLC, which also expires on June 30th.
Very, very good. You got a second there, Art?
Fuck.
Extra.
It's time for the news.
I got you.
Whoop!
I got you. Don't worry.
Don't actually buy anything.
Oh, don't. I told you. I got you.
I am Loco Roco.
All right, so we'll kick off on the first one here. Going back to E3, there's some things that were announced after we recorded all our stuff. There were some things that announced before we recorded our stuff that weren't part of conferences. So
That's an understatement.
let's kick it off with Nintendo. Steak, take it away.
Good work. You got see that's there you go.
All right.
So you got to delegate.
That's right.
I delegate like a motherfucker.
So the conference kicked off with a montage of ARMS.
Look at that discount. I saved $139.
Woo!
That's like Kohl's when you say like you've saved $195. Like no, I wouldn't have bought this.
Well, I was gonna
Actually, I spent 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. They started off with a montage of ARMS, Rocket League, Pokken Tournament, FIFA 18, and Splatoon 2. And then that led into the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 trailer, which looks fucking gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And they announced Holiday 2017. I am shocked.
Me too.
I still don't believe it until it's in my hands in this year, but I can't believe it's coming out this year. Yeah. That's great. Then after that, they surprised us with a new Kirby game. Tentatively titled just Kirby. I kind of hope they just keep it as just Kirby. That's kind of awesome. I'm totally fine with that.
When we talked about the Switch, we talked about this could be a point for Nintendo to kind of like reset everything. Mm-hmm. I think this would be kind of a good thing to like reset most of their games are really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like we do like Kirby, and you got Yoshi coming up here in a minute. I'm sure you're going to talk about, and things like that. I think that it wouldn't be like a bad time to do like Star Fox, F-Zero, and just
name it that.
That, and it kind of started from scratch.
Yep. No, I would like that. So they announced a 2018 release date for that. It looked like a 4-player type thing as a possibility, but classic Kirby at the same time.
It's a lot of sucking.
So, oh yeah, and then the main guy from the Pokemon company came on to announce that a core RPG Pokemon game, it's coming. It's in development, but we won't see it for a couple of years at least.
Why is everyone flipping their shit over this?
Because they haven't had a mainline Pokemon game on a console.
Like an actual RPG.
And
but okay.
Have they ever had one?
Not really.
Going forward, eventually 3DS is going to go away.
Yeah.
This is going to be their only console.
Right.
Did people really think they weren't going to make Pokemon games anymore?
Well, they were. Well, I mean, it's kind of like the whole Metroid thing, though, when you think about it. Only because, like, every time they would announce a Pokemon game, they would announce a Pokemon game for the console. It's not what people want.
But is
Pokken Tournament.
Is it like Metroid? Haven't they not released like a proper Metroid in many years?
Yeah. We have gotten like actual Pokemon games like on the 3DS. It's just that everyone always wanted like a real RPG like on like their actual main console instead of just handheld. That's why it's a big deal. Like it's the first time that we're getting a core RPG Pokemon.
This would be like the equivalent of like when a NES game like would first come out on like Nintendo 64 or something like that, because they had like a long wait in between, and it's like and what they're really thinking, because we know nothing of it. We don't know anything. We don't even have a title or anything. Right?
As of right now, they say.
Got you, motherfucker.
As of right now, they say a core Pokemon RPG. Yeah. At the same time, we're all speculating what it is. Right. We don't know. It could be a completely different game. Like it could be, but everyone's like just excited for the fact that core RPG Pokemon
it's the
is coming.
It's first time people are going to see like an RPG with like this level of like graphic fidelity and things of that nature too. So I mean, like
Right.
the scope could be.
Oh, it could be insane.
Fuck
It
anything.
could be insane. It could be awesome.
It could be Skyrim with Pokemon.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So we don't know what it's going to be yet.
That's really all we want is Skyrim with Pokemon. That's pretty much what we want.
First person ball
If
throwing.
you ask
Yeah.
Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, everyone just wants the same Pokemon game with like 6 new Pokemon every time.
They're doing all right though. So something's
I was
working
like,
for them.
don't guess it.
They're doing better in business than I am. So
Yeah.
what the fuck do I know?
So,
What the fuck do I know?
so after that, so here's
It's
the
gonna
part.
fizz. It's gonna fizz. Oh, you
it's
sly
settled.
boots.
Ah.
Gross.
So, so after this, they were talking for a little bit, and they said, we were focusing on things coming out this year. So
Yeah.
here's more. Enjoy. Now they already announced Kirby 2018 and then they announced the Pokemon RPGs coming in the future. So right after they say that, they show just a 4 that turns into Metroid Prime 4, and and all it says is currently in development. Which is the Kingdom Hearts 3, which means it's going to be like 5-6 years before we even fucking see this game.
it
So-
might-
so-
it
It's
might be
Nintendo.
that long.
It probably won't be that
So
long.
around the time
but
Switch 2 is
still.
ready to come out?
Right.
Oh.
No, realistically, I'm thinking 3 years. Realistically, I'm thinking 2020.
I think we can see at the end of 2019.
2019, 2020. But I just think it's kind of funny. They're like, oh, yeah, here's everything that's coming out. And then after that, we go into the brand new Yoshi game. Just, again, titled Yoshi 2018.
Which looks
That looked awesome. That looked really
all
good.
that stuff being aside, that game looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like I am geeked up for a Yoshi game. I don't think I've ever been geeked up for a Yoshi game before. It's a
Well, I
weird-
was geeked up for the Yarn one, the last one, which I
Yeah.
still have to play. I haven't played it yet.
Yoshi's Woolly World?
Yeah.
This one is it's like a cardboard background that you're kind of going back and forth from. But you
Yeah,
like
it's
switch the world
two-dimensions,
around so you can see
yeah.
the back of it.
So
That
it's kind
looked
of
a lot
like
of
it kind
fun.
of meets Paper Mario in a way.
Yeah, kinda.
But definitely still the Yoshi style, and it looked great. It looked fantastic. Then after that, they went into a trailer for Fire Emblem Warriors that's coming fall 2017, and then they went into reminding everyone, because Bethesda already showed it off, but if you use the Zelda Archer amiibo in Skyrim, you'll get the Master Sword, the tunic, and the shield.
I gotta think about Amiibo now.
That's the
Don't
first.
do it, man.
That's the only amiibo I
Don't
own.
do it.
Well, and there's
What-
one coming up that I already.
What if you take your
pre-ordered.
Switch into like a store and just rub the amiibo
Yeah,
into your
yeah,
ears?
right, yeah.
Look at all the stuff I
Exactly. This is great.
Just take the one off the shelf and leave it in the casing and just rub it up against your
Right.
Switch.
Yeah.
Sir, what are you doing? Nothing.
Redeeming.
Right.
Just testing to see if this works.
And then after that, they went into and talked a little bit about the DLC for Breath of the Wild. The first pack is the Master Trials. That's coming out June 30th. And the second one's called Champion's Ballad. That's coming out sometime in the holiday season with the Champion Amiibos are coming as well. All 4 champions from Breath of the Wild. I won't say who they are in case you haven't seen beaten it yet, because that spoiled it for me, but that's okay.
Oh really?
I haven't beaten. I haven't got that far. I haven't played Zelda in a while.
So, why was this an announcement? Didn't they already say they were doing 2 DLCs?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they didn't know what the second one was going to be yet. So I think they announced kind of what the theme of the second one, but not the actual content. Because there's going to be more dungeons, more story, and things like that. But
They kind of just gave us what it was going to be, but not what.
I would say all I saw was the
exactly.
headline of, not 1 but 2 DLCs. I'm like, they fucking said there was 2
Yeah.
DLC packs. And you had to buy them together at the same time. You couldn't buy them separate. Blah blah blah.
Honestly, unless that Champion's Ballad turns into something, Master Trials, I don't care. I don't
There's
care.
so much game there already.
Exactly, and I don't need to be
So-
harder and more stuff. Like
Yeah,
I don't need that.
I don't need harder either.
But yeah, so that's that. More will be coming about that second pack though later. And then after that, they showed off Mario and plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle again. A new little trailer showing off a little bit more gameplay. August 29th. So if you're into tactical type games, you're gonna want to check that out. And then they got into Rocket League for the Switch.
That's a huge one.
Coming holiday 2017 with cross-platform play and exclusive items and cars.
Kind of cross-platform.
Well, everyone but PS4.
We're gonna get into that later, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're getting into that
All right,
later.
good.
We'll
But
dig a little
that's
more.
Rocket League is huge.
That's awesome. That's huge for the
So,
Switch.
they're gonna have that, and then you have Overcooked coming out sometime
I would
soon.
say
Yeah.
Rocket League seems like that would actually be a really good fit on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
As someone here who's just crapped all over the Switch ever since it's been announced, that one actually seems like it would be a good fit for that platform. And you get a couple people together in a room. And
Oh yeah,
you got yourself a party.
exactly. And then after that, we were presented with the final thing.
We were graced.
We were graced with a T-Rex. And then the T-Rex turned around and he was wearing Mario's hat.
So good.
Super Mario Odyssey. They showed off a giant trailer, a whole bunch of new shit. It looks fucking awesome. October 27th.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So what were you saying? Well, you had a thought there.
No, I thought I heard noise outside.
Okay, good. So the main mechanic that they kept under wraps until this was you had the cap with the eyes on it. Guys, the cap is named Cappy, and what you do with Cappy is you capture
Fucking Christ, man.
and you throw basically anything that's not wearing a cap currently. Mario can throw Cappy at and capture it, basically becoming it.
Yeah.
That could be taxi cabs.
The
that
bullets.
could be Bullet Bill. That can be Goombas.
Cab driver Mario.
That could be frogs. That can be, I mean, anything in the game. They had the cement poles that you could go onto, and you basically would capture them, and then they would fling you forward. It's unbelievable. Like I can't like this. Like the gameplay, what that's gonna open up in that world is unbelievable. And like they showed off, like you're gonna be collecting moons in this thing as opposed to like stars or suns or whatever it is. And they're talking about how it's not gonna like stop you in the level once you get that one. So it's like you just keep going. So
There's a whole bunch of mini ones like how it was before.
Wait, so there are levels in this game.
yes,
And
they still haven't gotten into. It was like it's the hub world. Do you progress?
I was
like
gonna say,
how do you progress?
Granted, I didn't see what they showed here, but
Yeah.
everything before made it look like an open world type setting. So that's why I was questioning.
it's not totally open world. You have your ship that you go to, and I think that's how you basically go up to your ship, and then you just pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then each level is open then. So it's not a complete open world, but each level is open for a bunch of different things.
They showed New Donk City again. They showed like the fake Mexico, whatever that is.
Oh my god, that
which
was
looks
awesome.
Really, really cool.
The cool part then that when you're on the building, so to go up a tower or a building, you actually go into the building. You go into a tube that brings you out in your 2D flat NES Mario.
So it's like it's projected against a wall. Like you're basically playing like 2D old school Mario
up
to get
the
going.
tower and stuff on the side of it. And oh my god, it looked freaking awesome.
And oh my god! And so they had that. They showed all the different costumes you can get, which are all like callbacks to old, Mario outfits from God knows.
Yeah.
What. They showed Pauline, which was the girl on top of Donkey Kong, who was like the mayor of New Donk City.
She's the mayor.
Then they had Captain Toad.
Captain Toad's
so
on the banister.
Right, like how far into like Nintendoverse are we going to be getting? With
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot
deep.
more.
Balls deep.
I think there's going to be a lot more Easter eggs.
Pokeballs deep.
There's going to be a ton of Easter eggs.
Balls deep in New Donk City.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if like you do run into like Donkey Kong because there is a jungle level. So why wouldn't he, or at least be in the background or something, or did he be in the background or something? Like why not?
Well, I mean, you already know they have Pauline in the game.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have Donkey Kong?
Exactly.
So I mean, they show like a woodland area that could be like Animal Crossing. That could be That could be Donkey Kong Country type style. That could I feel like they've only showed maybe like a quarter or a third of the world.
They barely showed anything.
There's gonna be. I just can't imagine the madness, fan service, and everything they're gonna be putting into those extra levels we haven't even seen yet. I am so damn excited for this game.
And it's every place I've all the podcasts I listen to, the websites I go to, everyone who got their hands on that game at E3 said it was great.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell systems. It's gonna be this Christmas. You thought it was already gonna be hard to get a Switch? It's gonna be impossible.
Start stocking up on
it.
Yeah. They'll pay for that house.
Yeah.
I could have gotten 8 already at this point, which is bonkers. 8.
So, but during
at a return.
So during the actual direct, that's all they showed. It was about a half hour long. Then after that, they actually showed off quite a few different things during their treehouse section. The one big thing they showed off, and they played like 20 minutes of it, was Metroid: Samus Returns for the Nintendo 3DS. A brand new 2D side scroller
remake of Metroid.
Remake of Metroid 2: Return of Samus,
but very different
on Game Boy. Yeah. Oh my god! Which I actually recently downloaded from the Virtual Console. It's $4 on the DS because I never actually played the Game Boy one. That game was fucking hard, but this game looks amazing. It looks awesome, and the mechanics they've added to it and everything.
Yeah.
I am so pumped. And it's coming out September 15th.
I can't believe
already.
how much of this stuff is coming out like soon,
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
The Rabbids game is like in 2 months. That game's in a few months. Mario's is the month after that. Yeah, but I mean,
August
Metroid-
29th is a very, very busy day.
Yes.
There's a ton of shit coming out that day.
So is
and
whatever
October
Mario's coming
27th
out.
as well.
Yeah, I talked. It's Mario, Wolfenstein,
And,
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed is all coming out the same day.
Assassin's Creed should probably move.
They're multi-platform though. Do you need to?
So is Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein's multi-platform.
that's true.
That's the competition is
I think-
Wolfenstein there for them. Because I mean, I understand Mario's like a different because that Switch that's totally different from
They're
those
gonna sell
two.
how many Switches
but,
they sold? That's how many they're gonna
but,
sell.
Right, but still though, like that's still. I mean, you still have to compete with those though.
Yeah, that's true.
like, and I mean, and then the 29th. Oh my God, that's just
Yeah, it's craziness. But like Metroid fans have nothing to complain about. They got a Metroid Prime coming. They have a brand new
I'm
side-scrolling
ecstatic.
2D one. Like my God,
I'm so happy. I'm so happy now that I got my Metroid. Now I can get back on Konami and give me my next 2D Castlevania game.
Yeah, definitely. The guys who are doing Metroid Prime 4 and the Samus Returns is Mercury Steam.
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah.
They're the guys who
You're
did.
just putting words together.
Yeah, it's it's Rock Mist. But yeah, Mercury Steam. They're the guys who did the Castlevania God of War style games as well. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny that they did a Castlevania game. Now they're doing a Metroid game.
Right.
Like it's just kind of funny to make that jump.
These forgotten about, clamored for franchise, forgotten about by Nintendo, clamored for by
Right.
fans franchises.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean-
but everyone is up. I will say a lot of people are up in arms that, hey, we're getting Metroid Prime 4. Oh, Retro's not doing
know.
it. So what?
That means Retro's doing something.
We haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, too. Retro's working on some things.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But with Metroid Prime 4, we haven't seen anything. We're not going to see anything till E3 of next year. Shut up till you see anything. At least we know it's coming.
Well, so here's the thing: you can have this by the studio, or you could potentially never get it, or wait many more years to have the studio you want do it.
I'll take it. I'll just take it. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
I'll bend
Yeah.
over.
So
All right.
yeah. So Nintendo, like their direct was like half an hour. They crammed a ton of stuff in here and showed a lot of really amazing stuff. So I thought they had.
They killed it. They totally killed
crushed it. And I mean, we have more Nintendo news coming up here, but I thought Nintendo had a great showing and a overall pretty good show.
Absolutely.
All right. So moving on to we'll talk about the pre-PlayStation conference announcements, which we didn't cover.
Do you want to go over this thing now, because we didn't even know this happened? Well, because we did a live stream and we came in here, sweat our balls off, and then we did the reactions to it. So I was like, we didn't even know this was happening.
I didn't know they were doing like a formal like announcement.
No one did.
I saw on
No
Twitter
one.
like some shit popping out. Like I saw like Knack 2. I saw that pop in my Twitter feed and something else, and I didn't realize it was like, oh, here's a whole bunch of announcements
Yeah.
that we're just not going to mention it all during our full-on conference, which just covered all the same shit
No.
we talked about last year.
Like, but that's the thing though. But like, not all of it. Okay, so my problem with
Steak
Sony's my problem with Sony's press conference to begin with was how short it was. It was like, okay, you showed everything that's coming out next year, pretty much,
Right.
and like it was so short and like you just sped through it all. I could have used I could have used the Neck 2, the Gran Turismo Sport, the Everybody's Golf, like all this shit that you showed off and announced, and like you announced release dates and stuff for this.
Yeah.
Like
This
it
is
showed
stuff
up
that's
new
coming out this
gameplay.
year.
I'll say like
Yeah, stuff coming out this
all this
year.
stuff. Why not put together a sizzle reel with like short, like 10-second video of the game, title, release date. Next one.
but even-
10-second
but the-
video, title, release date.
Watch full trailers on blog US
But,
players.
but what I don't understand is like those three titles that I just named, those are all big first party titles though.
And you didn't even mention like the third party of Super Hot and some other things that they put on here.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Like it's just like I just don't understand like why would you not just include that? Or if you're gonna have a pre-show that's gonna show shit off, make it loud and fucking clear
Yeah.
that that's gonna happen.
Agreed.
Hey, tune in a half hour before our show. It's not your normal
Lots of
bullshit
announcements.
pre-show. We're actually gonna be showing trailers, announcements. We're actually gonna be talking about stuff.
I mean, E3 was it's kind of in the transition period where it's like, is it for consumers? Is it for like people buying? Is it for like Best Buy and Walmart? Because like the original people this stuff was for. Like who's this for anymore? But like not having this is a lot of stuff in here. Yeah. Like this is like new stuff, and this is stuff that actually has kind of an uphill battle, like Knack 2. Hidden Agenda, like no one would know what the hell that is when it comes on the store shelves.
No, and it's gonna be
Like,
amazing.
This is your and that I'm super excited for that.
Oh, God, I
like
can't
this is
wait.
one of this was their time to like show some new stuff that we were complaining about with some release dates
Right.
from some of your big developers. And like, this is why you want to be excited about this
New stuff with release dates coming this year.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I just and like, I'll just dig into one of these right here. So everybody's golf. Mm-hmm. Not everyone know. Like when you mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Not everyone knows that everyone's golf is in. That's what it's called in Japan, but it's Hot Shots Golf here in the U.S. It's always been Hot Shots here.
Right.
So that I finally went back and watched that trailer where they showed it off. First of all, it looks awesome. Mm-hmm. But then second of all, they talked about changing the name from Hot Shots to Everybody's Golf and said, get used to it. Going forward, it's going to be called Everybody's Golf, like going forward in the States and everywhere. Well, if you didn't watch that, if you would have seen this Everybody's Golf, I just thought it would have been one of those Korean knockoff golf games. I would have known that it was like a Hot Shots game.
Right.
And,
made by that developer.
And I mean, I think I heard this recently, that Hot Shots Golf is the only Sony franchise that has hit every single Sony platform. It has hit like every,
which is awesome.
PSP,
That's amazing.
Vita hit all the PlayStation numbers.
They're fantastic.
And they're the
games.
only one that's done that. And now you're changing it. Like I
I
just
can't believe they're changing the name too. That pisses me off, changing the name. But fine, if you're going to do that, put that trailer during your E3 conference so everyone knows that Everybody's Golf is Hot Shots. And it's coming out August 29th.
For $40.
So it's coming out quick and for $40.
And it looks really good.
It looks great. Like, why wouldn't you want to showcase that as much as you want to?
I don't know.
And then Knack 2, September 5th, the week after it's coming out, also $40. Like, get people back. Okay, we know you paid $60 for Knack, the first Knack. We're sorry. We're making Knack 2 way better, and we're cutting you the price to $40. Why wouldn't you show that off constantly? I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, and then there's
fucking get it.
and then like, I mean, I think.
Wait.
Go. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll leave the iPad and the phone. Yeah. I got the mic and the beer. I'm good.
And then like Gran Turismo Sport again. Like it's one of those games. Will it come out in the fall? Probably not. No. Like even though it shows fall, even though it said fall 2017, probably won't. But it's still though. That's your premier racing game for Sony. Why would you not show that? I don't know. I just those three games alone, like these other ones, I think would have been great as well. But those three games alone, I think are just dumb.
So in outside of all that, the ones the pieces that we missed in our rants here. Well, so PSVR is getting super hot, which is a great
in the summer, which is awesome. And then this was shown. I'm sorry, I should have put this down at the bottom, but I thought this was interesting about Skyrim VR.
Yeah, the full price,
full November, but full retail price for just the VR.
And apparently, it doesn't work that great either. From people who have hands on it, apparently it doesn't work that great.
What the hell?
Matterfall is a new Housemarque game coming out in August. Knack 2 we already talked about. Gran Turismo we already talked about. Undertale is going to be coming out for PS4 and Vita.
Woo!
So that's like it's an RPG, but you can't fight. Like you can like talk your way out of situations, which is super interesting.
I'm grabbing that for Vita for sure.
Hidden Agenda. I talked about that recently. So did we talk about PlayLink at all?
I don't think so.
So there's 3 games.
Because it was only talked about during the pre-show.
So PlayLink is a new PlayStation thing.
I found this list. I had to go look up what the fuck PlayLink was.
I did too, just to make sure I knew it. I thought I knew because from the trailer. I'm like, let me go look that up just to make sure I'm reading this right.
There were 3 games. He showed this one, the trivia one, and then like a singing one. I think were the games.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you guys have played Jackbox or seen us play Jackbox, it's you
God, I hope you've seen us play Jackbox.
It's really so great.
It's really good. So you essentially log in with the PlayStation, and then everyone logs in with their phone. You have to give your code. Everyone logs in with their phone. These games, these PlayLink games, are just like that, but they're different than like Jackbox. Like one's like a singing game where you sing into your phone and you do karaoke. Another one is like a trivia game where you're answering on the phone, kind of like Buzz back in the day. And then the one,
so great,
which is really good too. And then Hidden Agenda, which is from Supermassive, the guys who did Until Dawn. It's basically like an Until Dawn-esque game where it's a cinematic movie that you're kind of following along with and making choices along the way. But in this game, everyone that's playing sees prompts on their phone. So let's just say arbitrary, like you play as a detective, I think, a detective or a policeman, and a district attorney. So you're basically playing as the two different ends of law enforcement. And while you're playing it, everyone in the room needs to come to consensus on certain times. Like, do you shoot this guy? Do you not shoot this guy? And everyone needs to come to consensus.
Shoot the guy.
But while you're playing in your screen on your hand, they give you a hidden agenda. Like your agenda might be this guy needs to die. Your agenda might be this guy needs to live.
Everyone's trying to accomplish their own
so
goals.
you're trying, but you're not supposed to share that with anybody else. So like you kind of win the game if your agenda gets satisfied.
Right.
And I think that is just
God,
an unbelievably
so
cool, like, different way to get like immersed into the game and do like a party mode type of thing. I can't wait to get us all around the couch and playing this thing, because that one looks so good, and it being from Supermassive makes it even like that's like the cherry on the top. Like the concept alone is so cool, but having them behind it has got me even more excited for it.
Yeah,
what's next?
They say it's relatively short, but there's so many different outcomes that it doesn't matter.
But
so you kind of are playing multiple times,
and you're going to change your agendas, and you're going to change the outcomes because decisions get made differently. Even in the room, I think if you're deciding to make choice A, B, or C, we're probably going to make a different choice just based off of, well, we already did A, so let's see what happens when we do B and go from there. Just to mix it up and see where else the game goes. But the game is meant to be short. I think they said, I don't think they put a time on it yet.
No, they haven't put a time on it.
But I mean, if it's a length of anywhere from
like an hour,
an hour and a half, like that's
fine. That's perfect. Yeah.
So I think that's super interesting. And then everybody's golf we already talked about, and that's the pre-show stuff. Yeah. The non-show related.
That's pretty much all the announcements that we didn't cover in all our recaps.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back on E3, this is the first year they did consumer stuff where the public could buy passes and get in. So there was a lot of feedback in regards to things that didn't quite go so well. Apparently, there were a lot of security issues. Security wasn't checking bags.
Is that good? There's a lot of people not be checking bags.
Computers were stolen from booths that had like the only running code of people's projects on them. One developer who I think they wanted to remain unnamed had their equipment stolen from an office by E3 security.
Holy crap.
And they had him on camera, and the company running E3 refused to press charges because they said they couldn't actually see the equipment in the video.
I know that. I hear that one.
Yeah. I think like since that story first broke, they're like starting to come around on like firing these guys or pressing charges or whatever. But it's taken like a lot of like public outcry over this. It was some small studio who can't really afford to lose these resources.
Right, exactly.
There was a report of an attendee collapsing and convulsing outside the facility, and security staff 10 feet away refused to do anything. They wouldn't call for help. They wouldn't get involved. Nothing.
I can understand not putting your hands on them if you're not trained to do it because it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
But
you can call for help.
Right.
Call the paramedics.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They did nothing. They just stood there and it's not like they didn't see it. They saw it, and
I mean that's all like egregious, right? And you got one more in there, right?
I got a couple more. Well, as far as security issues, on the last day of the event, apparently security decided not to check badges.
Jesus Christ!
We could have gone.
Yeah.
We
could have gone and waited in line for 5 hours last day to play one game.
Yeah. No.
Outside of that, there is also an issue where one of the days they had to open the doors early because they were violating the fire code with how many people they had crowded in one area. There was also a lot of people who didn't. That it wasn't. They sold tickets to the public, but it was not set up like a public event.
Exactly, and they got all the money that they got from all these guys, but didn't put any of those resources into making it a fan show, or run it like there's going to be people in it who aren't credentialed through a service.
And the thing too is like if I was one of these paying customers and I showed up there, you're waiting in line for however many hours to play this demo, and you see someone with a media pass just walk right past the line and go right in and play.
Yep.
That's because the media has scheduled appointments.
Right.
Nobody explained this shit to anybody when they were selling tickets, and I'm pretty sure when they announced that they were selling tickets, this was like I said that was my concern. Like people's expectations are not going to be set properly.
Yeah,
with the success they had in selling tickets, I don't think they're going to stop doing that. But they need to get their shit together if they want this to be a consumer event.
They need to just separate.
Oh yeah, they need to have like the first 3 days be media, next 3 days be consumer. Separate them.
Yeah, because I mean, the 2 years I went to E3, it was I was just an attendee. Right. So I
at a time when there weren't even supposed to be
attendees.
There
wasn't supposed to be attendees, and I was an attendee. So obviously I didn't get into all the behind closed doors and that kind of stuff, which I knew going in I wasn't going to. Did I try? Of course I tried. Right. But I had one guy who almost let me in, and then the one guy's like, he's like, sorry, guy, man. He's like, I wish I just can't. I'm like, cool. cool. You know what I mean? It was nice when I told you.
I don't want you to lose your job. Can't blame you for trying.
I said, hey, I figured I'd just give it a shot. No big deal. Like, it's fine. I can't honestly, now I can't even remember what game it was.
Yeah.
But like, even then, without these extra people, I was standing in lines.
Extra
15,000 people. I was standing in lines to play these games. There was quite a few games I wanted to play, and I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, when I went, Borderlands 2 was one of the hot games. The line was insane for Borderlands 2. I'm like, I am not playing that at E3. I'm not playing it.
Yeah.
And then the first day, what I did is I scoped out the area. I'm like, okay, I know where everything is now. So day 2, I'm like, Metal Gear. This is when Metal Gear Rising was coming out. I'm like, I'm going straight there. Went straight there. Even going straight there, I still had to wait like a half hour. But I got in, played, got a t-shirt, which was awesome. And then I moved on to the next game. And Arkham City was that year. So I played Batman Arkham City. I got in line, waited maybe about 45 minutes. Again, I was waiting in lines, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. And there was other games where I just walked right up. That's where I discovered Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs was just sitting there. There was two games. No one was playing Sleeping Dogs. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go see what this is. I was like, this is fucking awesome. But it was awesome. I just walked up and played it. Like, it was so nice. But then there was games where I had to wait in line.
Right.
Like, which was
But not
understandable.
for 5 hours.
But not for 5 hours to play
10
Madden.
minutes.
To play the new Madden. Which,
What do they? They got some really long lines for Call of Duty and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
why? It's fucking Call of Duty.
I don't know. But yeah, they got to make some kind of change because there was an upheaval with all like the press and most people were very unhappy.
The press wasn't happy. The consumers weren't happy. Nobody was happy with how it went.
No. I say you have E3 the way E3's always been.
Yeah.
And then you have a separate event called something different.
E3 Fan Fest or something.
Whatever. For the consumers.
Have it outside. Like they have all those different sections outside. Like have it offsite.
And
have it somewhere else. And
for the consumers, sell only 15,000, 20,000 still though.
Well, I mean,
only sell that many tickets.
Have it on site so your people don't have to pack up their fucking displays and move it somewhere else.
Right.
But like I said, give press like 1 or 2 days where it's just press there. Maybe be a little more restrictive on press passes. Maybe be less restrictive so we can go.
I was going to say, hang on. Hold that off.
But then clear all the fucking press out of there. Tell them to go home. Tell them their time's over. And then open the doors up for the public and your 15,000 tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they said the final attendance was like 68,000 or something.
Yeah. The highest before that was like 50 something, like low 50s.
So
in the same
not
space.
only that, if you get those 50,000 fucking press people out of there, you can sell a hell of a lot more consumer tickets too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you know that place is built to hold 50,000 people. So maybe don't sell 50,000, maybe do like 30,000. Right?
Yeah,
you
30?
double what you sold this
Right.
year, and it's going to be half as crowded as it was.
And everyone's gonna be significantly happier.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea, but we'll see what happens.
So it's a great idea. So it'll never happen. Okay, so couple things. My tagline for this in the document is just Jim Ryan dumb comments.
That about sums it up.
Jim Ryan is the global marketing head for Sony,
which is shocking.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I have no idea how.
In an interview, he was asked about how Rocket League and Minecraft are doing cross-platform on Xbox and Switch and PC and basically every platform that's not Sony PlayStation.
Yeah.
And he gave a response of some kind of BS. It was like, we have a contractual agreement with our customers and we have kids playing these games and we can't expose them to players on other platforms. Motherfucker. Let me tell you some of the shit I've heard playing Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Nintendo is the most protective of their young audience of any platform out there. And you're going to sit there and tell me that you can't do it because that's your concern?
All he had to say was, we have 60 million people on the PlayStation 4. That should be enough people to play with.
And then Lee let it go.
All he needed to say was, from our perspective, it's not in our best interest to do this.
That or it's just due to the way business works, like as simple as that. It's business. We can't do that.
And I
would have even accepted that. Like as simple as that. Like sure, it would have been bullshit. Like it's still
it's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, they're like they want it to be like, all right, my friend bought this on PlayStation 4. Now I have to buy it on PlayStation 4, or I have to buy a system to play with my friend.
That's a big part of the reason why I have a PlayStation. I'm not huge into exclusive games. They've had more recently that grab my attention, whereas Xbox has nothing. But I get a PlayStation because Andy has a PlayStation. You have a PlayStation. Everyone I play games with has a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the deciding factor for me at this
So
point.
like, why not just say that?
Right.
I mean, not making it sound like there's like pedophiles and everyone else but Sony,
Yeah.
or like
Right.
making it sound
Yeah,
like there's
exactly. Right.
foul-mouthed
Oh,
people
God.
and everything else but Sony.
I've
It's
heard,
ridiculous.
I
It's
have heard
asinine.
some of the most homophobic, racist,
God.
hateful
God,
bullshit
yeah.
I will ever hear in my life on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
So
On
for him to
gaming
sit here
period.
and have any kind of delusion that we're protecting our customers, bullshit.
No.
You're protecting
No.
your bottom line.
And that's it, because like I would love to like Friday the 13th. At the
Yeah.
time, I was really into my Xbox, so I got the code when I
Right.
kickstarted. I got the code for Xbox. Now it's like, oh fuck! I kind of
Right.
wish I had it on PS4, but it'd be nice to just be able to play with people on PS4 than
Like-
from my Xbox. Like, what's the big fucking deal?
It's
Right.
it's the dumbest. It's just so dumb. Like
Right.
why in the world would they say that? And he said the same dude said something very. Would you have the backwards compatibility here too?
He I didn't have that on there, but yeah, someone asked him about backwards compatibility, and he said something like, "People aren't interested in playing old games,"
Yeah.
which I would sit there and say the 50% adoption rate on Xbox One would tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
We're talking again.
And then there was something else, like someone questioned him about indie games, how there was no indie games in Sony's
Yeah.
conference this year.
That
And,
was
and he
this was
basically
so
said
bad.
something along the lines of indie game. Paraphrasing, just taking the general context of it,
Yeah.
was like indie games don't matter at this time.
Right.
don't matter for E3 in that press conference. Is more or less what you're saying.
It mattered more for us in 2014 when the PlayStation 4 was launching. At this time, it doesn't. It's not consequential to what we're doing.
This is like that. Like
How is this guy your fucking global marketing lead?
Terrible. Terrible.
Who lets this guy talk to people? This guy has diarrhea of the mouth.
and he has not said one intelligent thing. I've heard him. Like I don't know.
No.
I know who this guy was until this weekend. But like my God,
There was someone on Twitter. I don't know if it was Wario64 or Shinobi, whatever.
love those guys.
But they posted like a bunch of like screenshots of like his stupid comments, and one of them like they threw it in there that said like, "I don't know why we're making the Act 2. I don't get what Mark Cerny is interested in this." And he like after he's like, "That was just a joke." I fucking believed it after everything else this guy
Yeah,
said.
for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
I man,
I think this guy says I believe he actually he believes that because like the way he is
he's
now,
missing
like-
he's missing the meetings or something.
He's-
Like
I
he's
was gonna
missing.
say, someone needs to pull him into like.
how's he not been let go? I just don't
Well, like,
understand.
there
that.
was all of his quotes, and I was half tempted to like retweet him and tag like Shuhei Yoshida, be like, "This is the guy representing your company. You're letting him talk for you."
And
You tell us you are looking out and want to give your customers the best experience. This says you don't.
Exactly.
yeah,
Anything else on that?
no, I'm done. That guy's so dumb.
So Nintendo made a statement. They apologized for the shortage of Switch units. And
I don't
they-
see a problem. I don't know. What they're talking about.
I was gonna say,
I can find them left
the
and right.
fuck are you talking about, Nintendo?
They claim that they're having production issues due to the screen and battery shortages because they use the same screens and batteries as iPhones and Galaxy smartphones.
That's a good screen.
The transparency
It
is, that's nice. You're being honest about why it's happening.
Yeah,
Probably should have planned a little bit.
still
better.
not the consumer's fault or problem.
Right. No, I mean, you should be thinking about this like your supply chain of where you get all these parts as you want to pump out all this hardware. I mean, in a business, you want to think worst case scenario. You probably want to think best case scenario too. You know,
Yeah.
if things hit critical mass on a positive note, can we meet demand at
Right.
least at a reasonable level? But I mean, like the transparency is nice. That's not. I feel like that's not something we really see from Nintendo or Japanese game companies in general. Usually, I feel like you don't get a lot of like, hey, we fucked up. We're sorry. Here, this is what's going on.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Nintendo learning. They are learning, as we will talk about coming up in a little bit.
As Sony is going back towards old Sony,
Nintendo is
rising
learning.
up.
They're rising. They are.
Sony's doing that whole like PS3 Hooper.
Oh
thing,
yeah, they're
like-
going back. But
Man, I don't
Nintendo,
know.
I give Nintendo credit. Like, is there things they're still doing wrong? Absolutely. But they're listening and they're making changes as they need to.
Right.
Like the whole thing, like Reggie, during E3 said in an interview about like not being able to transfer your saves and stuff like that. All he said is like, all I can say right now is I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. And
Which means
I think it's I
he
hear you, and
knows.
we're working on it.
And then same with Virtual Console. He's like, I hear you.
I
People
was-
want this.
I was thinking about that today.
We're figuring it out.
I was
like,
thinking about, I was thinking about that today. Like all the stuff that like Nintendo, I'm like super pumped and super geeked for. They haven't even talked about Virtual Console yet.
right.
Like my God.
I was saying that won't figure out. They won't figure that out until the pay the internet, the online pay service
They'll
goes
have- they'll
on.
have
Because I have a feeling it's going to be like kind of like what they kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a Netflix type thing, I think, for it.
likey.
I would rather pay just know it's there forever on like on a lot of that stuff. Like I would like an option, I guess is what I'm saying. So I kind of like
we'll
the
see.
Game Pass, like
Right.
like I can buy if I want to, or I can play through
Yeah.
Game Pass for X amount of days,
Right.
whatever it is. But
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, either way, it's still coming, and like they risk, they're like reassuring us. Don't worry, we're listening. This is just the beginning. Like there's stuff coming. Like they know they can't pull another. They know they can't pull another Wii U. They've got us. They got to keep us.
Right.
Like,
They
us.
have the momentum. They need to keep
They
the
got to
momentum
just keep it going. And E3 was a fantastic job of doing
it's like
so.
if you look at the calendar, like every couple of months, there's
There's something
big
big. Something
They
big.
have to do because that's where Wii U died.
Yeah, like ARMS just came out, right?
Right.
And
Splatoon 2
Splatoon 2 is
next
next
month.
month. The Mario Rabbids game is the month after that.
It's August, and then
September October. There may not be anything in September, but still, like Jesus Christ, Mario's
Super
coming
Mario
in
Odyssey's October. Like,
and then whatever
Xenoblade
comes
kind of is
out.
probably
Xeno
November.
something or other.
Xeno something comes
Yeah.
out. It's like
I mean, that's huge.
Those are like
Fire Emblem Warriors is probably gonna be September.
You're probably
That's probably
right.
the September game.
so like, and that doesn't. I mean, we haven't even gotten into next year yet. You know what
No.
I mean? So like,
And we already know Kirby, Yoshi, and that's it for 2018.
But that's like with the Wii U. They eventually they put out a lot of good first party games, but they waited way too long.
yeah.
yeah.
So I think they realized after that whole mishap that they need to strike while the iron's hot here and keep it going to keep people invested as long as they possibly can until they do get whatever third-party support or indie support or virtual console or whatever is going to pick up the steam once they've burned through all their first-party stuff and need to take a little break.
Yep.
Moving on.
Next.
So,
I think this is the most news we've had in a long time.
Well,
it's a big one.
The XL.
So, IO Interactive successfully gained their independence from Square Enix. They did some kind of management buyout. They're an independent studio now, and they retain ownership of the Hitman IP.
I cannot believe that.
I'm shocked Square Enix
believe
let that. I'm shocked.
I mean, good on them, man.
Yeah, I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
Very happy.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they kept the Hitman IP. I'm
Yes.
happy that they're independent, too, because that means you're getting more Hitman. Mm-hmm. In the short term, they need to put out Hitman stuff to make money.
They're already talking about season 2
Yep.
of Hitman. I don't know if this means for Hitman Go because they didn't make it. I know that Square Montreal made it. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I don't know if I'm making more of those games, which I do really like, but yeah, I mean, this is like unheard of. Like, where do you find someone leaving? Basically going independent,
Going independent, and taking a
and
major
taking
IP
the
with
biggest their biggest IP with them.
Right.
I mean, this is like a mid-grade one for Square, right? Like,
Yeah,
this is like
yeah.
a mid-grade. This is like a mid-grade IP for them. This isn't like a Final Fantasy or
Right. No, it's not a AAA
or
for
Tomb
them.
Raider,
It's-
things like that.
Yeah, it's a mid-grade IP for them, and
But still, I mean, they just carved out a part of their catalog,
Right.
And let them take it. Which is, I don't know if there was a massive amount of money exchange for this or how they ended up
I'm
doing
sure there
that.
was one theory I heard. I was listening to the Easy Allies podcast over here. One of the theories they had is that they think IO Interactive probably went to like Sony or Microsoft and worked out some kind of exclusivity deal to get the capital to buy out their ownership from Square because
Coming to Xbox.
That's huge.
I would think if it was going to be one of those two, it would be Xbox.
I would
They
think so,
need
too.
They're
something.
huge.
They need
They're
something.
a huge free agent right now. That'd be a big get for them.
Could you imagine like right around because Microsoft they don't have like PSX, but they usually have something in
Yeah.
the fall,
Yeah.
and right around when the Xbox One X come out, oh hey, guess what's coming next year? Boom,
Right.
Hitman.
Speaking of PSX, Shuhei said recently that like they held stuff back
Yeah.
from the E3 press conference for PSX.
That makes sense
That's-
to me. though.
But,
Yeah.
but what? Like, did they
right.
hold back little stuff,
Sucker
or did they hold
Punch.
back like a big thing, or Sucker Punch? Like
Sucker
that would
Punch,
be like
without a
the
doubt.
place
Without
to
a
do
doubt,
that.
Sucker Punch.
But like again, this is like the evolve or devolving of E3 into something completely different.
Yeah.
When PlayStation would be like, nah, we're not going to announce this huge new IP here. We're going to wait a few months to get our own show.
It makes sense to me though, because that's when they get to do the show on their terms with their audience. Who, from watching that thing last year, their fans there are fucking nuts.
Yeah,
Oh, they're crazy.
They pop for everything.
I would say if you want to make announcements in front of a hot crowd
Sure,
and build up hype that way, that's the way to do it.
yeah,
so
for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised to see something just flat out that they haven't talked about or announced. I also wouldn't be surprised to see them start pinning down release dates on all that shit they showed.
Oh,
at
yeah.
E3.
That's a good point.
Next item, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster will get a standalone release June 27th for the PS4.
Which is yesterday.
And I think...
if I'm looking through time.
Yeah.
And I think late July for Xbox, I think.
Yeah.
The price on it is going to be $39.99. Too much.
So
$20. And it doesn't include the map pack that you have to buy separately for $15.99.
yeah, when I saw it being like
Nope.
$40, I was like, okay, DLC's included. Mm-mm.
No.
So this basically
Even with DLC included,
Even with DLC,
30 is
nope.
about as high
So-
as I'm going.
So the way I look at it in my brain was it was $80 for the Legacy Collection, right? Would have had this and it had
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare on there, right?
So
this
it's
is
$20.
$40. So that game is really only $40 then.
Well, no, plus if you throw on the DLC, this is $55.
But it's Infinite. So Infinite Warfare was
$25
$60 for $40 when it came out.
Right.
But that doesn't include that this is a year old now. So if you
Exactly.
This is-
change that back,
This is a year-old remake of a 10-year-old game.
so if it was $60
you gotta
when it
carry the
originally came out,
three-
that means it probably would have been a $20 game for Infinite Warfare. Like I
Which is
don't,
not the complete collection either. It's not the complete
Right.
edition. Not complete.
I just like
Another
I
$16 I think it was for that map pack.
Nope.
well, this is-
Fucking ridiculous.
and everyone was like, well,
But you know what though? But it's gonna
and,
fucking sell.
And everyone said like, I'll just,
Call of Duty 4.
I just want to buy a standalone.
Yep.
Well, here you go.
Yep.
Here's your $40 standalone version of this game.
$30 with all the DLC. That's my selling price.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I bought. I tell you, did I tell you the deal how I got this? I tell you about how I bought
You
the
traded
Legacy?
it.
Oh, yeah,
I traded in Madden, which I was very, very done with, and I got the Legacy collection for like $20. And someone touched it, but I
Yeah,
had.
because I think because I was talking about wanting to play the remaster, and I think you sent me the ad, be like, you can trade it in Madden and get
Yeah.
this, and I'm like, I kind of want to platinum Madden. Still working on that, by the way. Someday. All right,
Let's get into the big news of the day.
big news that came out today. Nintendo
Actually came out when
sent
we
out a
were
press
recording.
release. Why do you think I keep checking my phone, buddy? They're releasing a Super Nintendo Mini Classic, whatever you want to call it. It'll release on September 29th. Has a MSRP of $79.99.
A little bit more.
Thoughts on that?
I'm okay with that. Once you get into the game,
Once you get to the games, it also includes 2 controllers instead of 1.
Yep.
And longer cables. That's where your money's really
That's what
going.
they say.
And a game that's never been released before.
It's been in ROMs.
I was
You
like,
can find it online.
I know you can.
So you want to play right now?
I know, but like it never commercially released.
So, the game lineup that they announced today, Contra 3 The Alien Wars.
Awesome.
Donkey Kong Country.
Awesome.
Yeah. Earthbound.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Final Fantasy 3.
Awesome.
F-Zero.
Awesome.
Kirby Superstar.
Cool.
Kirby Dream Course.
Cool.
I don't know the difference.
Link to the Past.
Awesome.
Mega Man X.
Awesome.
Secret of Mana.
Awesome.
Star Fox.
Cool.
Star Fox 2.
Cool.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting.
That's
Awesome.
a good one.
More fitting on there than Super Castlevania 4.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Awesome.
Super Mario Kart.
Awesome.
Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Fuck yes.
I cannot believe that's on here.
Super Mario World.
Yes.
Awesome.
Super Metroid.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Super Punch Out.
Yes.
Awesome.
Super Dick in the Ass.
Yes.
Mike just came. And Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
So you guys both seem very pumped about that list.
My God, this is.
This is great. This is a fantastic list.
I mean, when we made our list like a month ago, whatever it was never going to happen. It was a
Right,
super
yeah.
private dream. It was a licensed shit that's never going to happen.
We're pretty fucking close.
say,
This is like this is about as
We
good as it
nailed a
would've
good
been.
amount of those.
Yeah, and this would have been as good as it's gonna get. So a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Yoshi's Island has changed over time. So I guess this is like the original Super Nintendo release of Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
I don't know the story behind it or
the
what the difference
GBA
is.
was the closest to it.
Okay,
The GBA release.
so this is gonna be like the pure
OG.
original
Baby Mario.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Star Fox 2 has never been released commercially. It was basically done and never released it for whatever reasons.
Right.
For Nintendo reasons.
I've heard reasons.
Well, I'm sure there's reasons why it hasn't been released. However, you do have, you got to play like the first level of Star Fox.
You have to
unlock
beat the first
it
level
or
of
something
Star
like that.
Fox to unlock that game.
But like, my God, and like I said, we talked about 2 controllers. I mean, it's.
Now my only gripe with this. Do we really need 2 Kirby games?
I would have. I mean,
You should have
It's
just left,
21.
like they should have just given us Dream Course.
give me Donkey Kong Country, all those Mega Man X, 2 and 3.
Right.
Get rid of one of those Kirby games. But no, I'm not going to bitch because I'm.
I mean,
there's
there's plenty of other like series that aren't even on this list that they could have included something. So that's my only thing is I did not need. I like Kirby.
Yeah.
I didn't need 2 of them on this.
I agree.
Like,
I mean, I don't know those games at all, so I don't know how different they are.
Dream Course is the better of the 2,
Okay.
in my opinion.
I mean,
like
Secret
Dream
of
Course.
Mana is huge.
But
Final
Secret of
Fantasy-
Mana, who I would never fucking thought that at
No.
all. And then they answered which one, 2 or 3. They went with 3, which is smart.
Yeah.
Super smart.
So I mean, my God, there's just so much to unpack here.
And then
No, like,
Super Mario RPG? Are you fucking kidding me? Like
I've never
I
played
cannot
it.
believe
I've always that's like one of like the big
cannot
blind
believe
spots.
that.
I mean, Mario World was a shoe-in. Super Metroid was a shoe-in. Super Punch Out. I haven't played that in forever. And
Yeah.
I loved that game. I mean, there's some games on here like are in my blind spot that I've never played before.
I mean, personally, for me
finally
too,
get a
like
chance to play.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I never was a Ghouls
Yeah,
and Ghosts
no,
fan,
I
so it's
agree.
like again, that's something that could have been swapped out, but whatever, still cool.
I mean, shit. I mean, how can you possibly complain about this list? $80.
Yeah, I was just say,
pretty damn
I haven't
good.
seen one person, and granted, I spent all day online looking up shit on this. I haven't seen one person be upset about this
Yeah.
list of games.
Yeah.
I mean, Earthbound's.
Everyone seems to have maybe one or two that they would swap out for something
Exactly,
else.
but you're gonna get
You're gonna
that.
do
You're
that.
gonna get
Unless
that.
you put every single game on here,
Yeah,
like
right.
you're gonna find something that's gonna be missing.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Someone will hack it in like 2 months.
I was just gonna say we'll hack it.
But I mean, like again, Donkey Kong Country. I mean, I cannot believe Earthbound's on this thing. Man,
F-Zero. I mean, oh god,
So
that's awesome.
In addition, Nintendo said they will release more of these in the NES Classic. They have not committed to pre-orders. However, Europe pre-orders have gone up already on Amazon UK
and down.
yeah, and gone already.
But you could not.
They
were
would not ship to the
shipping-
US.
Yeah,
I tried that.
bastards. Because I wanted the Famicom looks. The Super Famicom
Yeah,
looks
that
awesome.
one looks better.
Yeah, it looks way better.
As far as US stuff, no pre-orders have gone up yet. We're recording this Monday night. Best Buy and Amazon have like landing pages up with
Yeah.
notify me links on them, but nothing. I haven't seen any sites put up actual pre-order pages for US stores yet.
Yeah, so they got five. He said 5 feet for the cord length,
Yeah, 5 foot cords, so you're
Much.
not.
which is better.
Much better.
You're not going to be having the console rest on your balls.
Either way,
You can if you want, but you don't have to
you don't
this
have
time.
to. They're saying that they have plans to sell these through the end of the year.
Yeah, no plans of 2018.
So again, there might be a little bit of a gold rush for these things, but they should make enough. I mean, who knows? We'll find out when it actually comes out.
absolutely.
But holy Lord.
And they've said that they're planning to produce more this time to try to meet demand.
Yeah, I mean they left a lot of a lot of dollars on the table. We've gone over this ad nauseum, so I'm not going to keep going over it. But
Yeah.
my goodness gracious, I mean, we all knew this was coming at some point in time. I'm just happy to see it. I'm happy to see the list. I'm geeked up. I gotta get all those notify me things on there so I can get notified for everything. So I can get one. Maybe we can get another one for the podcast or for the podcast listeners and watchers. So I don't know.
Oh, this one I'm taking care of myself first. So you guys are.
That's what I did.
Late. Fuck that.
Now next show we gotta figure out the Nintendo 64 classic.
See, that's my question. So like,
When do they
How
stop?
they keep going?
when
Yeah,
they
how
go
far
when they go to 64 or they go to GameCube, I feel like the controllers get a lot more
I
complicated.
think the 64 would be the last one you would see if they do it.
Will they do a 64?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if they're gonna do that or not because it's a big.
See, I
hard
don't think so because
controller.
I think those games are going to be coming to Switch through Virtual Console.
And a lot of those have already come out and like on DS for like the
Yeah.
Mario 64 and things
Yeah.
like that have come out on DS over time. I mean, a lot of these are on Virtual Console too, but
Yeah.
like
I think this is going to be this is
Man.
it. I think this is it. I don't think they can do
I
another
don't
one
think they'll
after
go to a
this.
newer console. I would not be surprised to see them put out a version 2 of the NES and SNES ones.
See, the only thing that pissed me off about that is then you guys they should have thought ahead on that and have like a card slot where you just put in like a cartridge.
Yeah, we went over that when we talked about the
There's like
NES
a
Classic.
yeah.
that's not money making.
We talked about how they could have put Virtual Console on there and a
no, you're
network
right.
port. And
No, absolutely. No,
or,
we did talk
or
about
when Virtual Console does come out, you can just spend $20 and get a virtual, get the mini pack and get like all the games that came out on the mini. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. This is.
But this is awesome. This is really good. I'm definitely going to be trying to get one. I'm definitely going to be trying to get one.
Man,
We'll
I
see
just
what
keep looking at
happens.
this list. Like, my God.
all
So
right.
keep checking pre-orders.
Next item in the news: Ric Flair's pretty pumped about that.
Woo!
I found out we can put pictures on our doc, so get used to that, guys.
So Mike's gonna start throwing random pictures in here, and I'm just gonna describe the picture like I'm reading the news. Sorry, Mike. Microphone.
You and your microphone are not getting along these days.
I think I need a wireless one. I'm special.
You want to spend the money on it? Go. You can dip into the petty cash.
I
At
was thinking
$0.
into our YouTube
Yeah.
10 cents.
This magnificent feast right here represents the last of the petty cash.
Ghostbusters reference.
All right, so VG247 did an interview with someone today. I didn't know who
Guy.
it was. Yeah, some guy from Xbox. Talked about Forza 7 on the Xbox One X, and said that the download for that game will be 100 gigabytes.
That is insane.
That's 10% of your entire Comcast monthly allotment.
Yeah.
It's 10% of your hard drive in that machine too.
Also true. Good point.
And basically, there was a comment in the article that was interesting and answered one of the questions I had when they announced the system. It said, this means regardless of the TV you're playing on, 4K assets will be downloaded to Xbox One X if available, and the standard 1080p assets will be downloaded to an Xbox One S or Xbox One. I think it's interesting. It's definitely, I mean, the answer to my question is they talk about native 4K on this on the One X.
Right.
If they're doing 4K assets, that's legit 4K. It's not 1080p upscale like the One S does, or which I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 4 Pro does also.
Yeah. That's nuts. Like that's a hefty download.
Yeah, and it's I know talking to you guys both run it, bump up against your data caps every month.
I've been watching mine all week. Come on, Friday, get here.
That's
so close.
Watching DVDs like
gonna
it's
be gonna be an issue for you guys.
Not only that,
not
but like,
you know, Stick. That's gonna be an issue for you.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like a.
It's because
can you bring your One X to work and plug it in your
nah,
network there?
dude,
about-
don't get me started on my work Wi-Fi.
and
It's fucking terrible.
it doesn't even-
I'll give you my One X and you can download for me.
It doesn't even include like the people who are in like rural America.
Oh yeah,
like who have like shitty
sure.
internet
Oh,
and like,
absolutely,
everything else along the way.
absolutely.
So
their broadband's capped at like 500 kilobits per second.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's. I mean, it's an interesting way to address the issue of having two different systems, right? So you're basically downloading two different sets of assets depending on what you have.
Yeah, and basically the way it sounds is like Xbox Live is gonna like ping your system when you download the game. It's gonna send back the hardware version you have, and that's gonna determine which package you get downloaded.
It's pretty smart. I think
it is. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, it's really the only way you can handle that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like Forza 7, like that's rough, but I mean, at the same time, like that's going to showcase the hell out of 4K.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, it's like that's on my list to buy when I get my X.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get the X, you might as well get the game that's gonna show off the visuals.
Exactly. So
They
I
only
mean,
have,
but it's like the
video
100
mode. It just plays stuff.
Oh, all Forzas
do.
do. All Forzas do. You can mesmerize. You can just sit there.
Yeah.
Show me the pretty graphics.
Is that? I mean, is that it? That's all I got.
That's it?
That's it for the fucking news.
Are you sure? Like, I feel like we need
Where
more.
are we at time-wise?
Time-wise, we're like at an hour, 26 minutes. in.
That's the news.
So my gift to you. All right, gotta do more talking.
That was our topic, by the way.
That's enough.
That was our news. That was our topic. That was our wrap up. That was everything.
So we're doing a little spin on my gift to you this round. So we're doing my gift to me. So I was the first one to go.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, foo. So he went first, and he treated himself one of my favorite games of all time. So
I just made myself play The Last of Us.
Make it sound like a chore.
I made myself play The Last of Us. So getting into the game, you could tell very much it's a Naughty Dog game. The way it controls, the visuals are very different from Uncharted. Granted that you're in a post-apocalyptic setting instead of the tropics trying to find fucking treasures.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job at. I played the game on the easiest difficulty because I want to get the story. I'm not trying to kill myself playing this game. They did a good job balancing everything to make it feel like a survival setting. I run out of bullets so goddamn frequently in that game, and I'm not much of a stealth guy, so that presents a challenge.
Fucked.
I become good friends with the bow and arrow.
Yes. Yes.
Because I have like a 30% chance of getting to reuse my arrow after I kill somebody. So I don't know how far into the game I am. I mean, I know where I am in the game, but I don't know how much further there is to go in the game.
What happened?
The most recent thing was I got into Pittsburgh, got ambushed, fought through all those guys and killed them all, and now I'm trying to make my way to the
Okay.
Now I'm trying to make my way to the bridge.
Okay.
You're
a little over half, I think.
I would say I think it's not super deep into the game because I think right now I've hit the point where they're really starting to build the relationship between Joel and Ellie.
Okay.
It's like up until this point, Ellie's just been a burden on Joel, and now she like the last scene I did, like you get dropped down an elevator shaft. This is like a 6-year-old game, 10-year-old game, whatever. I'm gonna talk some storyline spoilers.
Just don't ruin the ending.
I'm not at the ending, so
good.
Yeah, I got dropped down an elevator shaft. I have to try to find my way back to Ellie in this dilapidated building I'm in. And you get attacked by a guy and you get drowned, and Ellie shoots the guy in the fucking head. And that's like the first exchange they have where she's not a burden. And Joel and Ellie Joel's kind of starting to warm up to Ellie.
That's when they really start leaning into like storytelling without words and like watching Ellie and there's a couple of scenes like I talked. That's I don't know if you got to it yet. Did you try to boost her up yet and she didn't show up yet?
No.
That's like probably the next thing you're gonna do.
Okay.
So like literally, it's like you've done it a million times in the game where you boost her up to the next spot.
Yeah.
So you go up to the wall, you bend over, you hit the button, and Ellie is like nowhere to be found, and because she's out in a bench, basically thinking about the guy she just killed.
Okay.
Just like super smart stuff like that, and that's how kind of the rest of the game feels and goes. Like they use so much more of those, like environmental things that you've done a million times to tell a story now, as opposed to just get from A to B.
Right. And I think it's interesting how they had the different classes of zombies, infected, whatever the fuck you want to call them in this game.
Yeah.
The clickers are the shit nightmares are made out of.
Yeah. They tear you up.
Yeah, if they get their hands on you, you're dead.
Yeah, they tear you. And it's the camera's right in your face as it's being torn in half.
Yeah. You see a big vein come out of the neck.
Yeah.
those things have gotten me a couple times because they're charging at me. I'm just sitting there shooting out.
Yeah, you don't got a chance.
Yeah. I like kind of the just the mechanics of the game. I like the modding system or the crafting system, things like that. I like the upgrade system, how you go around and you find the pills, and that's what you use to purchase upgrades.
Yep.
Which I think that's definitely a different take on things. Usually you have to, kill so many people, attain some kind of goal.
Yeah.
And your character just automatically levels up. It's you get these pills, and you get to choose which skill you upgrade, which max health.
Of course. Health and carrying capacity, I think, were the two things
I don't think carrying capacity is even an option for me. I don't know if that pops up later or
I could be
what.
thinking of something. Or maybe it's like...
I know when you upgrade the guns, you can upgrade like magazine capacity.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, that's the other thing too. Like there is a carrying capacity, and you will have to pass up bullets sometimes, even though you know in 5 minutes you're gonna need those fucking bullets. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. I'm definitely gonna finish it. Not once I have my free time at the end of the week here. The time I put into it, I just started playing it this weekend. I played it like Saturday and Sunday and put in 6-7 hours probably.
Nice.
When you're getting closer to the end, don't be as shy about using your bullets.
Okay.
They'll make your life significantly easier. Because I was holding off on using a specific type of gun, and the game was over. So don't be too shy.
Are you the guy who holds off on the mini nukes in Fallout?
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was. I mean, you get a machine gun at one point, and it was like I was holding off on using that because I was picking up some of that ammo.
Yeah.
But should have just used it, and it would have made my life significantly easier.
Yeah. But I think also like even the side characters that you come across in the game are interesting. Like you start off with Tess. She goes down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
That's not spoiling anything. That's in the first hour of the fucking game. You come across Bill. Is that Joel's brother?
Yeah. I don't think it's his brother. It's like his
old
friend.
partner or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And you come across him, and they go into like a little bit of like his story before you part ways with him and move on. And there's definitely a lot of depth there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that depth.
It's one of my favorite games. So
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. You're getting into like the meat and potatoes now. You're gonna find a couple sections along the way I think you might not like so much, but I think once you get
you're saying I need to be stealthy
a little bit.
God damn it.
But
get those Sam Fisher goggles ready.
But like when you're,
I'll stealth my way with Molotov cocktails.
But you can still do that too. Like I said, if you do your resources right, you should be okay. But once
I'm playing on the easiest difficulty, I'm sure I'll be fine.
You're gonna be fine. But like
I might whack my head off the wall a few times, before I figure it out. But
yeah, you're getting to the most memorable like set pieces and story pieces coming up. So stick with it. Finish that thing up.
Interesting thing about the game, not the game itself, but like my experience with the game. So in the first like opening cutscene, Joel's daughter gets killed.
Yeah.
Right.
By a soldier. When you have a kid and you see that shit, that fucks you up. Before I had a kid, I'd sit there and play games like that. I'd be like, sucks. I'm gonna kill everyone.
Yeah. Right.
Now it's there, I'm like, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Yeah, that opening scene is just exhausting.
I remember playing it on PS3.
Yeah.
I maybe played an hour and a half of that game total. But when I bought it on PS3 when it came out, because everyone's like, this is the game to play. It was like one of the last PS3 games.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the remaster, so I'm sure it looks even better. But on PS3, I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Like this, first of all, looks incredible.
It looks really good. It's not quite lifelike, but it's pretty fucking close.
It's pretty close, yeah. And
the environments are really where it pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was intense, but like even on PS3 it looked good. So I can only imagine what it looks like on PS4, which is at least just upping the res.
Right. Yeah, man.
I think there's like there's HDR mode in there if you have a
awesome
TV or a Pro or
I'll have to eventually give that a try.
I'm gonna gift that game to me too.
You already played it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, so I guess it's my turn right now.
Yes, because I'm gonna be very busy these next couple of weeks. So yeah, I
got it.
definitely need you to go. I have my game though, finally, but
I was going back and forth through a few different ones, and the one I've landed on is Evil Within. I bought it a while ago. Never played it. Never touched it. Never did anything.
The Mike special.
Yeah. I'm at 0 minutes played on this thing. It's it's from one of my favorite developers. It's from one of my favorite directors, and it seems like the sequel trailer got me pumped. So now I was like, now, man, okay, now I think it was time to do that. So a little spookus magookus for my next couple of weeks here, and see if I can make it through there. I think I even bought like the DLC and everything. Like I really
you invested all.
I really bought that game, and I
you're gonna be disappointed when because the rumor has it that might be the free game for July.
Oh, for real?
For Xbox.
Well, I bought that like 2 years. I bought it like 2 years ago at this point. So whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever.
With depreciation, it's basically free.
Yeah. No, that was a game same here. I bought it when it first came out. I played it for maybe like an hour.
Yeah.
And then something else came out, and I never got back to it. Like I would love to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play it. That's probably be the. Are we gonna announce who's doing the first stream here too, or have we figured that out yet?
I don't know if we figured that out.
Well, if
it's this week, I'm not doing it.
If we're doing it, because I mean, if we're not doing one well, obviously they won't know because
we're doing
too late now.
So yeah, too late. Yeah. So if we're doing it next week, that's 4th of July. So July 5th, that Wednesday. Like I said, I could do it. You could. I mean, you said you could probably do it. We might be able to. We could do a combination one depending on what we're doing.
I thought that we should do that too. Like wherever like my gift is, if we can stream it, I think we should. So,
that's a good idea. So yeah, why don't you stream then that next Wednesday?
I might just do a random one too.
Why don't you just plan on streaming? Yeah.
I can go home and do it tomorrow too, maybe. I don't know.
We can
always jump on whenever.
We can hammer out a schedule as far as
yeah.
So Evil Within. I'm excited.
Cool. I'm excited for my game. Like I'm itching to play it too. Yeah.
That's how I was.
Oh, I'm itching.
That's how I was the week before I decided to play the last one. I was there and, like nothing was feeling right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
want to play that game, but I gotta wait.
I keep seeing it. Like, thank God Yakuza 0 has really grabbed me because it's like, okay, I feel a little bit better, but it's like 2 blocks down from there. I'm just staring. I'm like, God damn it. I can't do that yet. I can't do it yet.
I was looking at that. I was looking at BioShock Infinite because I still haven't played that yet.
Yes.
So there's a lot of games in the pipeline. Because I ever since PlayStation started doing folders, I folded everything. Everything's a folder.
Do a backlog folder?
I do. Guess how many games I have in my backlog folder?
25.
42.
Awesome.
Christ.
Some of them are really short, and I was hoping to get through them, but then I got to switch.
There goes that.
Yeah, so goes that. So so I'll be talking about Evil Within a couple weeks, maybe streaming it. I don't know. We'll figure all that stuff out, and we'll post up on social networks along the way. Speaking of social networks,
awesome.
Art, where can people find us online?
People can find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play by searching The Sticks Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can search The Sticks Podcast also. You can find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/SticksGamingVids. And also one other thing that I've been doing more research on, like how we can expand to more people.
Yeah.
The people who listen to this, like every episode we put out, do us a favor. Even if you don't listen to it or watch it through iTunes or Google Play, go on there and rate us and leave a review. That bumps us up like the search results.
Okay.
So
cool.
maybe more our normal audience will find us, which would be great. I know I don't ask much from the audience, but if you could do that, that would be great.
We're looking at you, Trevor, Ozzy, Joe, Foose. You're the
Andy.
4 that I know for sure.
Andy.
You guys are the ones for sure I know watch or listen every week. So
Yeah.
That'd be a big help. So, Steak, final words.
You stay classy.
You stay classy, stickheads. See you next time.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.